Hey everybody, so I wanted to do another video here showing a little project I've been working on, and it's my custom 89 Batcave utilizing a Toy Biz 1989 Batcave playset. Now I did something like this, oh god, it was 15 years ago I did one, and I ended up getting rid of it like most of my collection a while ago, actually. And well, to be honest, with the with Keaton coming back, you know, the excitement's there, and I kind of regret getting rid of that. So I was able to find a another Batcave in pretty good condition for what I needed, and it was complete enough to do what I wanted to do, and I wanted to do it a little different this time than what I did at the last time. And I just wanted to share. It's almost completely done, and I'm gonna show you what I did here. The core piece is the Toy Biz 1989 Batcave. Now, obviously, I repainted it. So what I did was I used some Rust-Oleum 2X flat black primer, and it's the type that you can use on plastics, metal, and whatever. I've always had good luck with either the Krylon brand or the Rust-Oleum. I used up all my Krylon, so I had to Rust-Oleum. Used that, did the whole thing in a flat black, and then mixed up some gray and dry brushed all over the stone parts. There's actually a lot of texture and detail on this piece that you do not see because it was just molded in one color. You know, it was 1989. Toy Biz, I believe, like Batman was like their first major license and their first thing. So, I mean, they were a fledgling toy company at the time. Again, I forget. I apologize for my dogs. They only bark when I start doing a video. So anyway, I did all that. I did some silver and then some brown on these pieces on here, and then did a gloss coat over it. I did black, and I did a little like running, you know, things coming out. It's not as much as I would have hoped when it was all finished, but I did this black and then went over it with the gloss coat to give a difference. Same thing here. What I did here in the pit, this was the bottomless pit trapdoor thing on the other side. That's where that hole is. I have this black, it's not construction paper, it's a crafting paper. It's thicker than a construction paper, but not as thick as a poster board, if that makes sense. I use it for a lot of projects. Anyway, I just simply have that glued on the back side here so that you don't see, you know, the back part. It just looks like this pit. Not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. So that's what I did on those pieces. Now, this computer console is not Toy Biz. This computer console is from the Kenner Wayne Manor playset. Okay? And I had one of those, took that piece out of it. Actually, the only thing I had was the Batcave section of that whole playset. So I kind of cannibalized that because it was busted up, cracked, but it served my needs, and I got it dirt cheap for a few bucks, basically. So I took this, painted this whole thing black, printed out some different pictures, cut them to size, actually used a silver pen and did some words on those, and just kind of did it. Painted the front part of the Toy Biz computer and dry brushed on there so it would all match. And this is actually sitting on that. The Toy Biz computer is behind here. I had taped it all off so that I didn't want to ruin it with the paint. This part is that, let's focus here. Okay, this part here is that craft paper that I crumpled up, dry brushed, and I glued it into the side of the plastic to cover it up so that you don't see it. I did the same thing over here. Boop. And it's almost a perfect blend. I mean, I'm really happy with how that turned out. So the computer is actually behind there. You can see it up here at the top. There's still that gap. I don't care you don't see it because you're only ever going to see it from the front. These pieces, of course, I primed everything with that flat black primer. And then I went over and I dry brushed silver and sealed it with a semi-gloss clear coat. Also the Rust-Oleum 2X right here. I've used that several times too, and it comes with a semi-gloss, a gloss, a matte, and a satin finish. Some of these things I opted, like the railings, I opted to just leave a gloss black because I wanted to have some variations. I mean, everything's just black, gray, silver, but it's gloss, flat, you know. So that's that right there. This piece here was actually broken. This railing was from the piece that went to the back, and I just drilled an extra hole there, attached that. Here come the dogs. This chair is not the Toy Biz chair. This is actually the Toy Biz chair. This chair was also from the Kenner set, and I just took it off the base of that and connected it to one of the Toy Biz base pieces, repainted this, and I just simply painted this with some of my acrylic paint, and it naturally came out glossy, and you can still see the texture on it. I like this chair a lot better. That's why I used this one instead. This was the trapdoor piece that went on the back of the Toy Biz. I didn't need it. It was just one of the pieces that was thrown in this as I bought it. But I thought, well, I might as well utilize it somehow. And the base I have for this was the elevator that was attached to the back of it, okay? And I just sanded it so it could have something to grab onto. I hot glued it on there. This was actually, this piece of railing here was the only thing that was left from this actual piece that went there. I painted it, attached it to there. These steps were also from the Kenner set. Painted it, did some weathering on it, not a whole lot on this one, and glued it and made an extra platform basically to give yet another level. The boulder that comes with the Toy Biz is right here, same thing. Painted it, dry brushed it, and I did that just to simply kind of like, oh, it looks like it went around the boulder, just to kind of fill in. Now, the vault here is another Kenner piece. That was also part of the Wayne Manor Batcave section. And it was so brittle. I basically broke all the pieces away, because this is a thicker plastic than what the back piece was. Basically broke all around the vault. Took the spinning section out that was in there. Dry brushed it. I used that black crafting paper to kind of make a back on it. There's a floor in here, and I used some of that like gripping stuff to put a floor in there to make it look like grates. And to kind of like finish it around, same thing. I used crafting paper, crumpled it up, dry brushed it, glued it to kind of finish the piece. So that when you're looking at it, put this bag up here. From the front, oh, and I do have a door coming. It didn't have the door piece. I was able to grab one off eBay for $10 shipped. So I do have the door to the vault going right there when it comes. It should be here next week. And then that'll be done. Like I said, I'm not sure what I'm going to do here, if I'm going to leave it, if I'm going to put something over it. Not quite sure. Still debating a couple extra accessories. I still have my custom 89 figures that I did 15 years ago. I did keep those. Those are going to get cleaned up a little bit and put into this set, which is going to be over my collection area that I have redone. But I just wanted to share this. I'm happy with how this turned out. Cannibalizing two different Batcave playsets to come up with this. You know, I like it. I wanted to share it with y'all. Let me know what you think. And I'll do a part 2 when I actually have it done and set up with the figures. If anybody remembers this or looks familiar, and anybody that's ever followed my username for the since 2001, when I did this, I actually put this on, remember, message boards. It was on Superhero Hype, Legions of Gotham, BatmanOnline.com, I think, and I shared this. If anybody followed me for all those years and does recognize my username, Shadowbat69, I used to have a huge collection, Batman collection, and 95% of it's gone. But I wanted to do this and bring this back. So anyway, there it is. And if you stuck around and watched this whole thing, thank you. And there you go. All the nostalgia feels. Loving this. Okay. Thanks. Talk to you guys later.